Expect fireworks in Parliament today. The monsoon session is all set to begin and it's going to be on a very stormy note. The battle lines are clearly drawn because the opposition is going to corner the government, they say, over a host of issues like COVID handling, the fuel price hike, inflation, farm loss, the slow pace of vaccination, a decline in economic growth. These are some of the issues the opposition has already raised. The TMC, Congress, RJD, AAP, they've given adjournment motions in both lower and upper houses to discuss various issues. Congress MP Manikyam Tagore has given a notice for the adjournment of business to discuss issues of fuel price hike and inflation. TMC has also given multiple notices in both houses to discuss the fuel price hike, the farm laws, vaccination as well as other issues. RJD's Rajya Sabha MP Manoj Jha has given a suspension of business notice to discuss COVID death data. AAP MP Bhagwat Mann wants the farmers' agitation to be taken up, the farm laws issue in the Lok Sabha. This is, remember, the first session after the devastating second COVID wave. There are 38 bills that are pending, 17 new bills listed for introduction and 9 bills listed for passage.
A politically significant monsoon session, replete with face-off on the cards. A bid to broker peace was made at the all-party meet on Sunday. In the all-party meet, led by PM Modi himself, PM also called for constructive debate.
प्रधानमंत्री जी ने चाहा स्वस्थ और सार्थक चर्चा होना चाहिए, शांतिपूर्ण ढंग से होना चाहिए। जो मुद्दा उठाना चाहते हैं नियम और प्रक्रिया के तहत से वो सभी चर्चा करने के लिए सरकार तैयार है।
While the government wants orderly session, the opposition is in no mood to relent. This is the first session after the devastating second wave of the COVID pandemic. The opposition has a handy tool to take on the government over the COVID response. The government is also facing heat over high fuel prices. Price rise and jobs are too generating political heat. Opposition is also targeting the government over farm laws and the protests by farm groups. Congress is also raking up the border row with China and the Rafale deal.
पंजाब एक बॉर्डर स्टेट है जिसकी अमन शांति और भाईचारिक सांझ बहुत इम्पेरेटिव है उस स्टेट के लिए, लेकिन ये कृषि कानूनों ने ऐसा पैदा कर दिए हैं हालात कि पंजाबी ही पंजाबी के ऊपर अटैक कर रहे हैं, जो इस बॉर्डर स्टेट के लिए अच्छा नहीं है, क्योंकि हमारे पाकिस्तान में बैठे लोग इस चीज़ का और काफ़ी सारी ऐसी पार्टियां जो इन ऐसे लोगों के साथ नाता रखती हैं, गलत खाड़कूवाद के साथ नाता रखती हैं, वो इन चीज़ों का एडवांटेज ले रही हैं। तो इसका हल करना बहुत अति ज़रूरी है।
We want what the people are concerned about. Right now, the horrendous COVID situation, the terrible mismanagement by the government of it, and the vaccination policy, because every day people are lining up across the country in vaccination centers and there aren't enough vaccines.
Sonia Gandhi has entrusted Mallikarjun Kharge to bring about a synergy with other opposition parties.
Chinese border issue, ये border issue तो उठाने के लिए हमको सदन में राहुल जी की भी इच्छा है और ये सदन में भी हम उठाएंगे। समय जैसा मिलेगा उसी तरीके से एक-एक इशू पे हम सारे मुद्दों को उठाएंगे।
The battle lines are clearly drawn. The ruling BJP is keeping the NDA allies in loop over counter strategy, holding a huddle after Modi's all-party meet. 38 bills are pending in the parliament. 17 new bills are listed for introduction and 9 bills are listed for passage. The government refers to the earlier talks on the farmer protest, adding that it will go by Business Advisory Panel's recommendations on the issue.
इससे पहले भी चर्चा हो गया और बीएससी में और जो नोटिस आता है वो देख के बीएससी में सूक्त निर्णय हम करेंगे। हम तो चर्चा से भाग नहीं रहे, क्योंकि जो कुछ भी जो पारित हुआ है वो भी चर्चा होके ही पारित हुआ है।
Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla too held an all-party meet to ensure a smooth monsoon session. But the upcoming assembly polls and political necessities will generate even more heat in the parliament. With Rahul Srivastav, Mausami Singh and Manjeet Negi, Bureau Report, India Today.
And let's list out for you all the issues that the opposition is set to raise in this session of the Parliament in the monsoon session. So a number of issues that they've spoken about. One is about the COVID crisis. This is the first session since the second COVID wave. So they're going to be raising allegations of mishandling by the government. The fuel price hike, how we've all seen the prices of fuel go up every single day. That's going to be brought up by opposition parties. Rising inflation is another issue that the Congress particularly has been raising time and again. They're demanding a debate on that in Parliament. A slump in economic growth, especially keeping in mind the COVID crisis. The opposition is going to seek answers on what the government is doing to ensure revival. The farm laws, it was something that was raised previously in the session in Parliament. Now too it's going to be brought up because there's been no consensus that's been reached and the protests continue. The vaccination drive, the opposition has been questioning the data that's been coming out, saying that look, the vaccination drive needs to be ramped up. They've also been alleging that there is a clear shortage in supply of jabs to states. The LAC standoff, something that was raised in the previous session of Parliament, will be brought up again. Security concerns along the line of actual control is something the opposition is going to seek answers on, and also the Rafale deal. The Congress in particular has been raising this, saying that there must be a joint parliamentary committee set up to look into this, especially keeping in mind all the developments of a probe being ordered in France. So these are the issues that the opposition is going to raise in this session. I want to take this across now to Kamaljeet Sandhu. She's joining us live from Delhi with all the big headlines that are really coming in on this monsoon session. Kamaljeet, good morning. Number of issues that the opposition is going to raise. You know, it's a rainy day in NCR. It's going to be a stormy day in Parliament as well. What's the government strategy in place to counter the opposition's questions?
Well, absolutely, Akshata. The weather may be a dampener, but fireworks expected in Parliament. Now, the Prime Minister did reach out as far as the opposition parties are concerned yesterday, talking about giving a presentation on COVID management. Also, remember, as far as opposition is concerned, they have matters on a platter, whether it is COVID management, whether it's inflation, whether it's price rise, whether it's hike in fuel prices. All these are matter of great concern. Other than that, there are Rafale deal, the China LAC issue. So these are issues as well as the farmer agitation. Now that's been a key security concern as well. Now we know that the security has been tightened, and if I can kind of show you, I'm here in Delhi and you can see a lot of police presence out here. This is a clear indication that the government is abreast of the situation. But the opposition is obviously going to question, the latest being the issue of the Pegasus and the surveillance. As far as the opposition and their own cabinet leaders are concerned, surveillance on journalists are concerned is the latest issue. Now, several adjournment motions have been moved. This is something that we are going to see take a lot of space in the Parliament and outside it.
Okay.
Government being asked to explain.
Right. Kamaljeet, my apologies for interrupting. I just want to cut across now to the Parliamentary Affairs Minister, Pralhad Joshi, who's speaking.
सरकार किसी चर्चा से भाग नहीं रहे. सरकार सदन, जैसे कल माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कहा है, सार्थक चर्चा होना चाहिए. गवर्नमेंट फर्मली बिलीव्स इन दैट.
सर, गवर्नमेंट ने ऑफर किया था कि प्रधानमंत्री कोविड की सिचुएशन पे दोनों हाउसेस को जॉइंट एड्रेस कर सकते हैं. ऑपोजिशन ने ऑब्जेक्शन लिया है और
दोनों हाउस का एड्रेस नहीं है, फ्लोर लीडर्स का. कंसर्न सेक्रेटरी एक प्रेजेंटेशन देंगे, ये कहा है हमने. हमारा लेटर में भी देखो, इसमें पार्लियामेंट में वो प्रेजेंटेशन देने के बाद पार्लियामेंट में चर्चा न होना, ऐसे तो कोई कुछ भी नहीं, हमने नहीं कहा है. लेट देम रीड द लेटर. ओनली माय रिक्वेस्ट टू देम इज लेट देम रीड दैट लेटर फुल्ली.
सर, बिजनेस को लेकर कितने आश्वस्त हैं, कितना बिजनेस कर पाएंगे आप लोग इस बार के सेशन में?
ना, हमारा पूरा उम्मीद है बिजनेस पूरा चलाना चाहिए. और लोग देख रहे हैं हम क्या चर्चा कर रहे हैं कोविड सेकेंड वेव के बाद. और हमारा बहुत जो पेंडिंग बिल है 3-3.5-4 महीने के बाद हम मिल रहे हैं. लोग उम्मीद कर रहे हैं अपोजिशन से और सरकार से स्ट्रक्चर डिबेट होना चाहिए, चर्चा होना चाहिए. जो मुद्दा उठाता है सरकार उसको उत्तर देना चाहिए. हम उत्तर देने के लिए तैयार है. स्ट्रक्चर रूप में प्रश्न है वो पूछने दो चर्चा के द्वारा.
So that is the Union Parliamentary Affairs Minister Pralhad Joshi saying that we're open to discussing every single issue, but that there should be no disruption of the Parliament. So he is saying that whatever issues the opposition wants to raise, the government is fully prepared to answer those questions. Now, we will see exactly how things play out, but there's no doubt that the government is going to be facing a lot of questions on a number of issues, particularly on the coronavirus crisis, what happened in the second wave, whether the government was unprepared, and also on the vaccination drive.